That's not a word that you would just make up. How about if they call them Zembies?
or Zeds. Just call them Zeds.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It'll be a wink to us.
All right. That's it?
That's it.
Okay, my turn. I think a lot of people are going to hate me for this, but I don't know for sure if I really like Alicia Witt's delivery.
Oh, just kidding.
That's funny. She sounded kind of flat and stilted.
That's her tone, man.
That's her style. I mean, I thought maybe it's because she's dead inside, but I think that's charitable. I don't totally buy it. Sounded a bit like a Mammoth, like it was a Mammoth play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'd be good at a Mammoth play.
Hey, did you remember her from Sopranos?
No, but somewhere in my head, there's a vague recollection of that. So, because I know I've seen her before, and when you said Sopranos, I thought, oh yeah, maybe, but I can't think of it.
Yeah, you should find the episode that she's in and go back and watch her in it and see what you think.
Okay. I kind of wondered why there's zombies wandering around the safe house.
Yeah, wasn't that safe? Was it the safe slaughterhouse?
But I
with
guess
kill
it's for
floor
drama. Yeah, the slaughterhouse. That's not ham-handed or anything. But
we'll be on the kill floor, chumps.
But it was a cool setting though.
It was a cool set.
I loved it. It reminded me of something out of Lost.
And there was a funny little container in the back of the room that looked like a cauldron of some kind. Did you see that?
It was all grimy and stuff. No, I didn't.
Yeah, it was funny looking.
Like a witch's brew?
Well, they were on the kill floor, so it could have been just about anything. The kill floor. Meet us on the kill floor.
It'll be fine.
Okay, we'll meet you on the kill
it's
floor.
all slippery in here and it smells like gas. Well, we better just stay here.
Kill floor.
But Carol did do a pretty good impersonation of Alicia Witt.
Yeah, she did.
There was the whole story about the coffee beans, the carrot, and the egg.
Right. And I didn't quite understand
why you'd want to be the coffee beans.
Yeah, why do you want to transform the water?
I was thinking, well, the water is sort of like
your
a
environment.
shitty situation, right?
Right. So
I guess the coffee beans is kind of taking charge of the situation and changing it. You know, you're controlling it more than it's controlling you, maybe. I don't know. The coffee beans still don't fare very well in the boiling water, I don't think.
No, they dissolve.
Right. But I guess it's sort of like I think it's about taking charge of your surroundings.
When life gives you a lemon, make lemonade.
Sort of. And then I saw that jagged piece of metal sticking out like a few seconds before Paula ended up skewered on it, and I'm like, oh, someone's gonna get skewered on that.
Look at that's where that's gonna go. Yes.
Yeah.
Check.
You saw
Chekhov's rebar. Yes.
Yeah. Chekhov's rebar. That's a Walking Dead rule. If you see a jagged piece of metal sticking out, someone's about to get skewered.
Impaled.
And they should have an episode where there's just jagged metal everywhere and like people eyeing it every once in a while, but nothing happens.
That would be hilarious.
Oh.
Somebody gets a loaded gun. Somebody gets a knife. Nothing happens.
Yeah, right. There's another rocket launcher.
Right.
All right. That's all I had.
Okay.
Are you satisfied?
I'm vaguely satisfied.
Really?
I'm so satisfied.
Okay.
I'm sitting here smoking a cigarette.
Good.
That's how satisfied I am.
Should we have had a girl in here in my place?
Wait, yes.
Because it's the women's
it should
episode.
have been just
I should have talked like this.
You can fix that in post production.
All right, I'll get Jessica back here.
Yes.
To say everything I said. So what were you going to say?
On The Talking Dead, they announced that Universal Studios Hollywood, you probably already know this. And maybe you've even announced this.
It's in the news. It's going to be in the news section.
Okay, never mind.
I think, you know what? I don't think it is in the news section. Go ahead.
They announced that Universal Studios Hollywood is going to have a new exhibit opening, The Walking Dead Escape, this summer. Greg Nicotero's behind it, and it's a permanent Walking Dead installation.
Yeah, it's based on the haunted house or whatever that has been at Halloween Horror Nights, which I've gone through. And it's like a haunted house. You know, they jump out at you. And I think they're going to make it better because it's going to be more permanent so they can really do it up. Sounds
yes.
Like time to talk about Fracture, our favorite sponsor. With Fracture, you print your photos in vivid color directly to glass, and it's a picture frame and a mount all in one. And what if you have a black and white photo?
It would look gorgeous.
It turns colored. No, I'm just kidding. It's vivid black and white. Yeah, it would look gorgeous.
Yes, it would.
I got to try that sometime. But, you know, most of us are carrying around these high quality cameras, otherwise known as phones. They're really good now, don't you think? Like,
mine is great, except that it has a hard time with ultra close-ups.
And they're just getting better and better every year. And we're taking so many more pictures than we ever took before. When I was a kid, you had a camera. When I was a kid, you had a camera and you had to put film in it, and it had like 24 exposures, right?
You're so old.
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
And come on, you remember back when you had those big
you took it to
flash bulbs on the cameras, and
totally.
You had to roll your stagecoach over and
and saddle up the horses and take them down to the Kodak developing cabin
stall. But you know, you had to take a picture and you couldn't see what it looked like until like a week later.
Yes.
That sucked. And but you also had to be really careful about what you were what pictures you're taking. But we're just snapping them left and right now, and that means we have a whole bunch of great pictures that are just kind of hidden away on our phones. I think it's great to find the best ones and get them fracturized. And you could print them out and frame them, but that can be a hassle. It can be expensive. It can be a multi-step process. Not all that fun. But Fracture is founded on a simple idea, which is there should be a better way to print and display your photos. And it's better not just because it's easy. You just upload your photo, place your order, and they send it to you. But it's also really beautiful. One of our listeners, Rick Adams, wrote about his Fracture. He says, "Hey guys, I completely forgot to show you the Fracture pics I got my wife for Christmas. Thanks for having them as a sponsor. I love them. My wife was blown away, and you guys rock."
Aw, no, you rock.
He had a really cute picture of his daughter and then another one of his wife and his son, who has kind of big ears and two missing teeth. Oh. And it was really cute and smiling. And then he said, his wife said, "Well, when you don't know what else to get me, you can't fail with these."
That's sweet.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of holidays coming up, Mother's Day and Father's Day.
Mm-hmm. And now through the end of March, Fracture has the spring sale going on. So you get prints at 20% off with code SPRING, SPRING. So when you check out, use that code SPRING, but if you would, you can complete their 1-question survey that tells them you heard about them here on the Walking Dead cast. Thanks to Fracture for your support.
Thanks, Fracture.
Obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens.
The people it kills get up and kill.
Are they slow-moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
This is a Walking Dead cast news update.
So I found out the Walking Dead actors are trained with real versions of their prop weapons first to make sure they know what the experience of firing a real gun is like, what it feels like in their hand and stuff like that. Or the sword, you know, how heavy it should be.
So did Norman Reedus fire a rocket launcher?
I don't know about that. I thought you were going to say crossbow. I don't know about that.
That would be amazing. That's for the next Walker Stalker Con.
What, fire it into the crowd?
No, yes. No, you got to ask Norman Reedus next time.
Okay. Got it. I thought that was interesting. They also have professionals, people from military, police, and SWAT helping train them. So they really get serious about it because I could see that when they're using them on the show, you want it to look real.
It seems to look real to me, but I'm no weapons expert.
Right. I mean, I think there could be an actor doing it so weirdly that even you and I would go, "What is wrong with that?" But I don't know. The Walking Dead is still doing well in the ratings. Episode 12, Not Tomorrow Yet, had the number one spot for the week in the key 18 to 49 demographic.
Is that
the
a
key
fact?
85 to 97 demographic, as did the episode the week before that too. But that said, even with an audience of 12.82 million, they're still pulling in 12% less than this time last year.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep. Why do you think that is?
I have my theories. I don't want to be insulting.
I don't think. Well, you see. Here's the thing. Aside from a couple of episodes earlier this season in the first half, I think this is a great season. So I don't think the show is losing any. I mean, it's not losing that many viewers, but I don't think it's losing viewers because of the quality has dipped at all. I just think it's just zombie fatigue.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think you're absolutely right, because it's very similar situations that they get in.
Yeah. It's just fatigue for the whole concept, and also somewhat repetitive. But hopefully they will go some ways to curing the repetitive fart. That's not funny. It's kind of funny, but anyways, the repetitive part by having some new and different kinds of storytelling coming up here. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, abcnews.go.com. While many of it has this article, it's really funny. While many of the residents of Sonoy, Georgia are happy about the influx of tourists and the money they spend, others aren't so happy about it. So Sonoy is where Alexandria is. And they built this wall around a little part of the community where people actually live.
Yes.
And so they ought to, be right there in the middle of the filming all the time. And this one guy, Tracy Boyle, says, you walk along and people tell you not to stop and take pictures, but it's like, this is my community. Another resident, Fred Morris, said Sonoy was a quiet place to live before the construction of sets and the large wall surrounding an entire neighborhood.
Oh.
Morris, who lives just outside the wall, says he can't escape the sounds of explosions during filming in the middle of the night.
Oh my God, that's awful.
He even says producers once called the police on him when he tried to trim his trees during a scene.
Oh my God.
They come out there saying, I need to stop because they're filming. I said, well, no, you just carry your happy butt right behind the wall. That's where you do your stuff. This is my home.
That's the perfect response.
A standoff. Yeah. If I lived there, I'd be like walking my dog right in front of the cameras. ABC News heard a different perspective from other residents, including Scott Tigjaklar, who says he's been able to open new businesses and build new housing in the town because of its popularity. Quote, even Andy Lincoln, who plays the star of the show, I met him on my front porch steps one day and he said, thank you so much for letting us film here. And I'm like, thank you for filming here. But they're that polite.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, so a lot of the people are happy about that it's really caused the economy around that area to thrive. And I know that because when I first went there were like 2 or 3 shops on the main road that were open, and now it's all of them. And there's like a Walking Dead store, and it's like a bustling community. And this says the show pays many of the town's families $400 a month for their inconvenience and their silence because they don't want any plot twists or storylines leaking.
Well, you know what? For $400 a month, I could put up with a lot.
I would
really
love
could.
it, dude. I mean, I don't know. I guess explosions during the night wouldn't be so cool, but to have The Walking Dead filming around me, I think I would dig it.
Yeah, I'd probably dig it too. But I could see both sides. But $400 a month that's sweet.
I mean, yeah, I could totally see the other side of it. I'm just a fanboy, but not everyone's going to feel that way. Oh, I do have that Universal Studios Hollywood thing. Okay,
do it, man.
Skip that one. No, we already said it. VH1.com has this story about Denai Guerrera. She's, as we know, an acclaimed playwright. She's also a Broadway actor. And it said the quest for social justice and sexual equality are at the heart of her work. She says, quote, "Unfortunately, in the world today, poverty is sexist. There's nowhere in the world that women have the same opportunities as men, and the poorest and least developed countries tend to be where the gender gap is the largest. This results in the fact that women and girls are the poorest and least advantaged people on the planet. 62 million girls around the world are unable to go to school simply because they're female. 2/3 of our world's illiterate are female. We have 40,000 girls a day becoming child brides before the age of 18. On the continent of Africa, we know that 74% of all adolescents that contract the AIDS virus are female, and that it's often the result of sexual violence." So these are the facts that lead us to making this very powerful statement. If half of our population is unable to grow to their fullest potential or given every opportunity just because of their gender, then we have a problem, and we are thwarting our own development as a global community. So the point of me reading that quote is because then she goes on to say, "I believe storytelling can be a powerful medium in bringing this issue to the forefront. There's a great power in the way that awareness can be brought through storytelling. That isn't by knocking people over the head, but by telling true, rich stories about people that are complex and deeply connected to human truth and experience." So she has a couple of plays. One is called Eclipsed. It's set in Liberia near the end of that country's long civil war. 3 women who've been abducted and made wives of a rebel commander live together in a shack. One's the boss, one's pregnant, and one's the new girl. Each woman finds a different way of coping with the horror of her situation. So that I think that's amazingly great that she cares about this situation. She's researched it. She knows, and then she creates this art in order to help try and illuminate it and create awareness.
Boy, she's fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really admire her. That's fantastic. Wow, she's had a lot of success too.
Then there's one other place called Continuum. It takes place over a 48-hour period in which both protagonists, living continents apart, discover that the men in their lives have infected them with HIV. Each goes on a personal journey, encountering various characters and cultural bias as they try to come to grips with their diagnosis and sense of isolation. So it's heavy.
Yeah.
But I would totally go and see one of these if I had a chance.
She's got something off Broadway now. Is that right?
I don't know. We should look into it.
Yeah, we
I don't
really
think San Francisco does it get a lot of good theater?
Yes, we get terrific theater, but much later than what's in New York.
I saw The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Night in London.
And
brilliantly great. I totally loved it.
Ah, that's so great. I'm really happy to hear that.
All right. So if I find that one of her plays is playing here sometime, would you go with me?
Hell yeah.
All right. Let's do it. Yeah. Okay. And finally, about the script for the season 6 finale. This isn't really a spoiler. It's just someone's emotional reaction to it. Just so you guys know. Melissa McBride said, "It was so very dark, I couldn't say anything after I had finished reading it. I felt like I had dropped into a black hole."
Oh my God. So she's the second cast member to say
I think
that
maybe third or fourth.
Oh my God. I am not looking forward to the season finale.
You don't have to watch it.
Really?
Yeah. You can just skip that day.
And I'll just go on the podcast and just be like, so what happened?
No, you have to skip that episode, and then I'll never tell you what happened.
That's good. Okay, that's a deal.
Like deal. Yeah, it's I feel like there's actually an intentional public relations effort to prepare us all for what's coming. Really?
It does feel like it.
They're all saying, "Oh my God, I threw up in the middle of the night" or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. Well, then I feel prepared. I'm bracing myself 3 weeks out.
It's like right in the middle of an episode, a kitten gets killed or something.
Oh, humanity.
Oh, I'm sorry. That would be pretty bad.
It would be awful. No kittens.
All right. And that's it for the news. It's time for our last sponsor. One of my favorite sponsors now, Texture.
Yay, Texture.
I hope all you guys have tried this because I'm not supposed to say this until the end, I don't think, but you can try it for free. If you go to texture.com/deadcast, you get a free trial and you get all the features right off the bat. So if you don't know what Texture is, it's they say it's like Netflix for magazines, because with Netflix, you have suddenly access to a whole bunch of great TV shows. Mostly the movies aren't that great, but the TV shows. House of Cards, I just binge watched. Do you watch that?
I have not watched it. I hear it's great.
It's really, it's kind of really, it's smart, but it's a bit of a guilty pleasure because it's just all about this political backstabbing with not much depth beyond that.
Right.
But anyways, the way that Texture is like that is you download the app, open it up, suddenly pretty much any magazine you want is right there on your smartphone or iPad. Magazines like Details, Newsweek, Time, InStyle, Popular Mechanics, Maxim, Sunset, National Geographic, dozens and dozens of others, literally.
The New Yorker.
The New Yorker, yeah. And they're articles, all the articles you want, all together in one place. Plus, unlike regular magazines, there's interactive features and there's videos. And I tried this for the first time today. I'd never tried this before, but you go through, you click on the little menu and suddenly you can see all the back issues that are available for a certain magazine. So you just see all the covers of that magazine going backwards. You've done that. The only way I've accessed the back issues is I'll search for something and I'll see, issues from a year ago come up that match my search term, so I can read articles about things that are in the back issues. But I didn't actually realize that you could go into any magazine and just see them all and pick which one you want to read.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic.
So you pick the magazines that you want in your library and you can download them. And two of my favorites are Wired and Entertainment Weekly. But you also get articles recommended to you by the Texture editorial team from magazines that you might not normally read. So that's a way to discover new things that you might not normally think to look at. And I've definitely taken advantage of that. As I said, you sign up for Texture right now, you'll immediately get access to all the content from the world's best magazines. Texture's offering you guys this free trial right now when you go to texture.com/deadcast. And as I said, you get immediate access to all of this. There's no limited version for the free trial. You get all the magazines, the back issues, the video, the content, and all that for free. So try Texture for free. Go to texture.com/deadcast.
Thanks, Texture.
And now it's time for listener modes, groans, and grunts.
This first one comes from Rima Joe, who writes, "Thought Carol really played them out, and it was great to see the ladies nailing this episode. Melissa McBride is playing her inner struggle so well. I can't wait to see where she goes from here."
Yeah, absolutely. I hope she makes it through the season.
I have my doubts.
Do you hope she does?
No, of course, I hope she does. I have my doubts she will, though.
Yeah. I just don't know. I was saying I thought it might be Maggie, but she said some things that make me think maybe it's not her. It's not going to be her. Anyway, we'll see. Jamila Nassar says, "So great, not filler. Did everyone notice it was mostly badass women on screen the whole episode? Why did Paula have to go? So much potential."
Dan Lett said, "The oven scene was immense. Carol's baking is always bad news, eh?" That's funny. Yeah.
Christy Fuson Coakley says, "This ep was fantastic. Another favorite of the series. This second half has made up for the meh first half of the season. Both ladies were amazing."
Yep. Megan Kleinman says, "A long, slow story. The kills were great as usual. Really feels like they stretched out half an episode of character development into a full episode."
Yeah, I kind of felt like that too a little bit at times. Karen she says, "It was slow at first, but still completely tense. I liked the questions it presented with Carol's slow unraveling, the is she or is she not pretending. Shell telling Maggie, 'You're not the good guys,' comes into play as we, the viewers, cheered on Carol and Maggie's killings at the end." Yeah, I did. I love that last bit with Carol and Maggie showing their vulnerability to Daryl and Glenn. They did what they had to do, or didn't have to, but felt the repercussions of it all. They haven't yet calcified.
Yeah, they both were completely stunned at the end.
Yeah, Maggie was just like, "I can't do this anymore."
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine? So Glenn had his first human kills. So has Maggie. Can you imagine what it must be like that night in bed going to sleep? So, quite a day, huh?
I know, huh?
That'd be rough there
God.
in the Glenn and Maggie
I can't-
household.
I can't imagine.
No, I can't
what it
either.
would be like.
No.
Ugh,
Yeah.
not good.
Lauren Marie says, this is one of my favorite episodes this season. Awesome to see Carol and Maggie in action. The performances of all the Savior women actresses were so good. I'm actually a little sad that Alicia Witt's character is dead. She was so good and scary.
I'm guessing that Glenn and Maggie would just be laying there clutching each other and crying all night.
Yeah, I mean, really, what else are they going to do?
I don't know. Kathy Lunt, sorry, Lauren. Yeah, I totally agree with everything you said. They were good, except maybe, I don't know about Alicia. Although I was surprised that she died so quickly, and I would have liked to see her stay around for a few more episodes to see if I would come around and appreciate her as much as a lot of other people seem to. Kathy Lund says, "We're all Negan. What does that mean?"
Yeah. Good question. Aubrey Churchward says, really great episode with awesome performances from Melissa and Lauren. I think Carol's tears at the beginning were fake and gradually turned real as she began contemplating everything she's done. I think mentioning Sophia was a big deal for her since she's rarely uttered her name in the past. I'm so glad to see her facing these inner demons.
Yeah, she doesn't talk about Sophia very much, but Sophia's very present, I feel, in everything that she's done since Sophia died, you know. But it is telling that she doesn't mention her very much. Alicia Goatsy Stout said, "Did you see the way Daryl hugged Carol when they reunited at the end? Ugh, Carol and Tobin? No way! It's Carol and Daryl forever.
They'll be friends forever."
Best friends."
Emails. This one comes from Maya, who writes, "Arg, the struggle is real. I like how the writers have set this up. Rick on one end of the spectrum, Morgan on the other, and now our beloved Carol, Maggie, and Glenn thrashing about in the middle. I absolutely love the honey, we're all Negan line. Everybody has it in them to be monsters. Isn't that the metaphor for zombies anyway? But this season is setting us up to really feel the conflict about making the hard decisions to kill or be killed. Just wanted to share that I'm watching the second season of Les Revenants on Netflix. Oh, The Returned is so freaking good. I mean, that's the English translation is The Returned.
I thought you didn't like the second season as much.
I didn't like the second season as much, but the ending was great.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And so it made me glad that I waded through it.
Yeah.
It had some amazing points too. It was a little more of a slow burn than the first season. The first season was a very, very slow burn. When you get time, I highly recommend it. By the way, I just have to insert here that what I'm watching right now, and this is Karen speaking, not Maya, is You, Me, and the Apocalypse.
What's that?
Meteor hurling towards Earth, and they have about a month left before the meteor gets there, and it's a joint I think BBC NBC production, and so it's half British, half American, and it's been fun to watch so far. We'll see.
On Netflix?
No, it's on demand on NBC.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
While we're in, I forgot to put this in the news, but I saw an article today about the movie adaptation of The Girl with All the Gifts.
What?
Yeah, and I think maybe they were going to call the movie She Who Brings Gifts, but I think they decided to go ahead and call it The Girl with All the Gifts, which is great. But there's a picture of the characters all together, and if you listeners don't remember, I was pushing this book like crazy, and everyone who read it loved it, or that's all I heard. And we had the author on, and I interviewed him and everything. But the movie comes out in the UK anyway on September 9th, so we have a ways to watch. But these pictures look great. I can't wait.
Oh, I'm so excited!
Although I'm a little bit like, well, one thing I really love about that book is the language of it,
Yes.
And the plot's great too, but just the writing.
Yes.
So
the writing is beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm sure the movie will be great, but I would hate for people to like stop reading the book because the movie came out.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So she goes on to say, currently laid out due to severe back strain. So I've been binge watching several shows and waiting with bated breath for your next episode. Can I just say how wonderfully refreshing your friendship is? Oh, it's infectious. And truly hope to meet you guys one day. We hope to meet you too, baby. Thanks for making a place for my ears and my brain to come home to. Brains. You're welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's awesome. I like her. Nick Gomez says, so I was listening to the podcast last week and had some thoughts about Carol smoking. Usually in war, or if people have traumatic experiences during wartime, some people begin smoking because they feel they're already in danger. I believe Carol began smoking when the wolves raided Alexandria, and she found that pack after finding people killed. I think that was a very traumatic experience for Carol, even though she hides it well. I had a friend who was in the army during the first Gulf War, and he started his smoking habit then, and he told me he thought he was going to die.
Wow.
So maybe that's a common thing. Yeah.
Oh, God, that's so sad. Thanks, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Betsy V via an iTunes review. Thank you for your compassion and wisdom to use your platform to share a mother's story. I shared your reading of that mother's letter with my teenager and took the opportunity to remind him that he must be so careful. To the mother of the son who took his own life, I'm so very sorry for your loss. I cannot imagine the depth of your grief. Thank you for sharing your son's story. Please know that I have used your words to warn my own son of the dangers online. Best wishes, Betsy V. That's really lovely, Betsy. Thank you for posting that.
Yeah, and I sent that to her, Janalee, and she said she was crying when she read it, and she really appreciated it. So this is really good to be able to help get a kind of a worthy message out like this.
Be careful. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, and I just, that I really meant what I said about just you can get through anything that happens.
That's right.
Even if it seems like the end of the world. Okay, it's time for calls. We just have one call this week. It's from our friends Mark and Abby.
Hello, Jason and Karen. It's Abby here from Issimo, and I am sat with
Mark from Issimo.
And also Buster, my dog. We just wanted to call in and say hi to both of you. And Jason, it was really, really nice to meet you at Walker Stalker Con in London. And thank you so much for getting us that gig. We had the time of our lives.
Oh.
We've only just caught up with the most recent episode, Not Tomorrow Yet. So you've probably already done your podcast about that, so we've probably missed it. But we still wanted to call in and say hi anyway.
Hello. And hi, Karen, as well.
Yeah, hi, Karen.
Hi.
We'll meet you some point, and if you're ever in the UK, let us know so Abby can hunt you down and squeeze you. She'll squeeze you.
So anyway,
should we leave it on that note?
Yeah, we'll leave it there. We'll call in again. Hopefully we'll get to see you again, and yeah, don't get bit.
Tandem zombie.
I love those guys. They sent in another message talking about this week's episode, but I like this one the best, so I played
great.
this one. Thank you guys. Yeah, if you come to California, you better call us.
Yes,
or we're gonna be incredibly hurt.
I like squeezing and being squeezed.
All right, that's it for Listen Rose Guns and Guns. Now it's time for next week on The Walking Dead.
Next week on The Walking Dead, Season 6, Episode 14. Already, good Lord. The episode is called Twice as Far, and it's directed by Ulrich Riley, who I haven't heard of before.
No.
The little unhelpful description is, Alexandria is alerted after realizing someone is missing. Several search parties will venture out, but what they find isn't what they're hoping for. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
And
see, the kitten is missing.
Not the kitten. No, not the kitten. I was thinking, like, in the zombie apocalypse, why people don't have pets.
Yeah, you would think there'd be more dogs.
Yeah, cats too. So helpful. They can be mousers and provide comfort, which is
I could see
sorely needed.
Cats in a settled place like Alexandria, but
yes,
moving around so much
That would be hard. But
that would be harder. But yeah, okay.
Dogs would be so smart.
Dogs.
They're on alert. They could.
I think even Daryl or Norman Reedus has said he wished that Daryl could have a dog.
Daryl should totally have a dog.
Yeah.
We should start an online petition. Give Daryl a dog.
Yeah.
A dog for
If Daryl
Daryl.
can't be with Carol, then just give him a dog for Christ's sake.
Hey, everyone needs comfort, man.
That's not supposed to be a slight against Carol, by the way. It's just, he needs some company. And that's, you know what? That'd be good for him because he's afraid to open up and actually have a relationship. That's been a theme with his character.
And
so maybe a dog could crack his cold heart.
Wow. How do the writers not ask us what should happen?
And I mean, dogs are trainable, so.
Yes. And they've got excellent noses. They could sniff out zombies.
But I mean, just as far as the logistics of having an animal in a TV show, I think dogs are fairly good with that. Although, then again, how hot it gets, maybe that would be kind of cruel.
It would be.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out why they haven't done it.
Right. Well, because Kirkman hasn't written it in.
So, was there anything else about what's coming up?
I saw a little video clip, and it doesn't seem very spoilery, so I don't think you have to.
Well, we're in the spoiler section anyway.
Okay.
Next week.
It was Carol and Daryl back in Alexandria. So apparently they're back in Alexandria. They were waxing philosophical and sharing a smoke. And Daryl has his motorcycle back, which we saw that he got his motorcycle back from Primo. And he said he should have killed the group back in the burned out forest. And Carol, it looks pretty damaged. So.
Oh, really? She's all upset.
Well, she looks damaged for Carol, which is that, she has sort of a blank look on her face.
Yeah, she's kind of shocked and stunned.
Yeah, they've all got heavy PTSD.
I'm happy to be chomping at the bit for the next episode.
Me too.
That's a good sign.